What's up, my fellow creepers and things that go bump in the night? Welcome back, yes, back to another episode of Creature of the Night. I am your host, Toxin, your friendly neighborhood center. You should know what to do. Slash that subscribe button and ding that little bell to let you know every time I upload so you can keep up to date with me, guys. Now, today we will be speaking of Undertone.
You shouldn't have called out to her. It's what she wants.
All right. Now, let's talk about this, guys. This is your full spoiler warning because this movie gets loud. At first, Undertone feels simple. You've got Evie, a skeptical paranormal podcast host, stuck in her childhood home, taking care of her dying mother. Then, she and her co-host, Justin, receive these 10 audio recordings from a couple experiencing something off. And this is when the movie starts picking up. Because instead of showing horror, the film makes you listen to it. Everything from whispers to reverse voices, it feels personal, like it's happening directly in your head. And as Evie keeps listening, she starts unraveling.
We should stop listening.
The recordings aren't just creepy, they're contagious. The more Evie listens, the more reality starts breaking. Her mother, who is supposed to be basically lifeless, starts moving. Religious imagery begins appearing randomly out throughout the house. The audio messages get more direct, almost like they know she's listening. Eventually, we learn the entity behind all. Don't repeat this out loud, guys. Abazul, a demon tied to pregnancy and motherhood and child death.
Why did you say that name?
And that's where things get really disturbing because we find out Evie is actually pregnant.
Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom.
This movie isn't just about a demon. It's about the fear of becoming a mother. She is overwhelmed with caring for her dying mother, struggling with addiction relapse, unsure if she even wants to be a mother. And Abazul feeds on that. The demon specifically targets mothers and unborn children, pushing people into madness, violence, and even offing themselves. So the horror isn't random, it's psychological and it's personal.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
As this goes on, this is where the movie gets full-blown nightmare. The recordings reveal the original couple died horribly. Callers start phoning into the podcast, including a mother who offs her baby live on the podcast. Reality and audio completely merge together and blurring the line between reality and what's fake.
Playing with my emotions.
The ending is intentionally chaotic and ambiguous. But here's what's happening, guys. Evie runs upstairs and sees the walls covered with the drawings of dead babies. Her house is completely transformed into something almost ritualistic. Then she sees her mother standing, which, let's be honest, like, because she's bedridden and almost damn near dead, it should be impossible. But then at that moment, that's when the screen cuts to black, and it's no real clear resolution, like no real escape.
It's like The Sopranos. It's over.
The ending strongly suggests that the entity is fully attached to Evie now, and the recordings are not just recordings. It's like a transmission. It's almost like it follows, like it's just passing on to the next person. It's like the infection becomes like a never-ending cycle with this thing. It's pretty cool. Like she becomes the next source of the infection, the next source of this entity to pass on to the next person. You don't really just listen to the horror. You become a part of it. It gets in your head, guys. And that's why I feel like that's why the film never really gives you closure. It's because the horror never really ends. It just keeps on continuing.
I can't take it no more.
What I loved about Undertone is how they weaponize the sound. I thought the audio team did an amazing job, guys. No big jump scares needed, no constant visual monsters, just audio, silence, and your imagination basically filling the gaps. The way they were getting the camera angles too, just kind of letting you linger on certain aspects of the frame, kind of like Skidamore Rink. It just kind of made you think something was there. It was just dark enough to where maybe you see something, maybe it's just your mind eye playing tricks on you. Who knows? And I'm gonna be honest, guys. With that tool, I feel like that's what made it that much more unsettling. But I do know I have read. I think it's like a 49% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I have read some other reviewers and some other opinions about it. I know critics are describing the ending like it's one of like they're not really happy with it again, but a lot of people weren't happy with the Sopranos ending. But other critics are saying it's like the most chilling and most intense final act of horror to date. But who knows?
Bullshit!
I will say, guys, it's not perfect, but what movie really is? The ending is very ambiguous, which might frustrate a lot of people. I know it leans more into like familiar horror tropes. I know that's a lot of issues. A lot of people want to see something fresh nowadays, and it's a slow pace, which is not for everybody. I know it's a slow burn, guys, but it does set up this world. It's kind of taking it back to like original horror movies, like or not original horror movies, but like newer horror movies like Saw and stuff like that, like how it took place in one room and only had like two people because it's only two people that we see on screen the whole time. We hear a bunch of other ones, but I thought it did a really good job of that.
I see white people.
Guys, all I'm gonna leave y'all with this is like a final say. Undertone is less about Undertone is less about what you see and more about what you feel. That's what I feel like the sound did a great job. It just kind of placed you in these worlds. The movie's about, I guess you could say, the fear of responsibility, generational trauma, and how something as simple as listening can destroy you guys. Again, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 just because, again, nothing's ever perfect, nothing's ever great. I feel like a lot of movies can be just improved, but overall, guys, I have to enjoy it just because the sound alone. Skinamarink got me at the edge of my seat, and I will say, like, all the voices, the the chanting alone kept me at the edge of my seat, had me looking over my shoulder. It had me very nervous. So I feel like it did its job. If you could make me feel something, then you did your job, guys. But let me know what you thought about the film, guys. Let me know what you thought about this review. Let me know what you want to see next. And let me know what you thought about my spoiler free review. And like I always say, especially in this film, if you're not sinning, you're not having fun. Beware the moon, guys.